welcome back to another After Peel live stream. A ninja just got up, man. A ninja just got up, and I seen the news. I seen the news from last night. I seen the news last night about the bombings that happened in Iran. But I'm gonna let everybody get in here. I need some light in here. Let me turn on some light. Turn on some light in here. Come on in and hit that like button. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see. William Calhoun. Are we serious? I guess so. I guess so, Ninja. Right? Come on in, come on in, come on in. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Right? If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and super chat the kid. Oh, did it really happen? Yes, it really happened. They bombed three suspected sites of uranium enrichment, right? They bombed three suspected sites, and the bombs are also bunker breakers, bunker bombers, right? So those types of bombs, they get underneath, the surface. They bomb anything, I don't know how much, footage or meters that those bombs get down into the earth, but yeah. Boy, what's going on? Boy, you missed yesterday, Ninja. I was on live yesterday too, Ninja. I was like, where Moy at? I had the cigar. I was gonna go live with the cigar last night, but Ninja was just having too much fun, Ninja. Ninja was just having too much fun. I was enjoying myself. I was like, come on, man. Moy says, yeah, man, I was with a chick. Yeah, Moy. Yeah, I was live yesterday. Here we go live today. But it's top of the morning. Top of the morning. So I saw on the replay game. Looks like you're having a blast. I'm happy for you. I appreciate that more. Right? I appreciate that because I actually am. I actually am having a blast. I needed this. By the way, let's talk about that a little bit before we get into the doom and gloom. Moy don't like to hear all the doom and gloom all the time. Moy don't like to hear all the doom and gloom all the time. Moy like to Moy like to talk about the he like to talk about the good news sometimes. Let me get Moy some good news, Ninja. Let me get Moy some good news, Ninja. Ninja, I am having fun, Ninja. I am relaxing. Uh I am enjoying myself, Ninja. I am chilling, Ninja, smoking cigars, eating good, right? And there's a noticeable difference in whatever's in the food over here. Because as soon as you eat something in the United States, I don't know, it's almost like you got to go to the bathroom immediately, Ninja. Dan 22, what's going on? You wasn't on the live either yesterday, Dan. You wasn't on the live either, Dan. Blake Bradley, what's going on? But yeah, we chilling. We over here chilling in the DR. Let me go outside real quick so y'all can get a little views or whatever. See if it's sunny out here. It is sunny out here. Turn the camera around. There we go. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day out here in the DR today. So I'm just waking up. I got to get me some food too. I missed the breakfast. I missed the breakfast at the hotel today. Yeah, I missed the breakfast at the hotel. But that's how I tore down that cigar. Tore down that cigar last night. I already had two cigars so far. So, you know, ooh, I'm not really trying to have another cigar since I don't really smoke. So yeah, it is beautiful out here. Beautiful out here. It'll probably be heating up anytime soon. Slight overcast, but Oh, you said I was out in the city. Okay. Jaden Hill, what's going on? I always hear that food outside of here just hits. Yeah, it's hit different, man. It hits different. But anyway, uh, man, yeah, I don't understand. I don't know where this puts America, man. Because I was hoping that he didn't go through with it, right? I was hoping that he didn't go through with it, especially after Tulsi Gabbard, you know, insisted that there is no evidence of uranium enrichment. However, they still do have the possibilities of they still do have from the things that I've seen, they still do have the capabilities of enriching uranium, right? So what the Trump administration is claiming is that they want to stop all possibilities. Jay, what's going on? Right? They want to stop all possibilities, right? They don't want there to be any possibilities of them being able to enrich, uranium and be able to have nuclear weapons capabilities. Now they can have civilian capabilities like energy, power plants and stuff like that. They can have civilian capabilities, but as far as enriching it on a level of a nuclear weapon, that's what they're claiming that they're trying to stop. That's what they're claiming that they're trying to, you know, eradicate, right? And it puts us on the wrong side of karma. Yeah, and it's not like we're in the Cold War or Ninja 1965 or something. Ninja. It's not like we're there, right? It's not like we're in 1965 where other countries just don't have any way possible of retaliating. Ninja, like, don't get me wrong now. Iran is not, on the same level, military wise, as United States by far, right? But Ninja, you should always be wary of the underdog. Always. Traveling dude said, I voted for this. Trump is the best. Okay. Ninjas who say that, I'm convinced you poor. I'm noticing that ninjas that say that, I guarantee that they're poor. Right? All the pickup trucks that I see Trump faces on and all that stuff. I don't never see his face on the back of a Mercedes or nothing. Right? I don't never see his face on a Lambo truck, ninja. Like only time I see his face or a sign that's on a car, ninja. The only time I see it, it's on a broke, beat down ass car. Right? Ninjas be driving broke, beat down cars, ninja. Talking about I voted for this. Yeah, I'm sure you did vote for this, ninja. I'm sure you did vote for it, ninja. Talking about some this is what I voted for. Shut up. Ninja just be in here trolling. How did you vote for war? Nobody voted for war. The whole Republican Party is split. What are you talking about? The whole Republican Party is split because of this. Right? They already split off because of Elon. They already split because of Elon already. And then on top of Elon, then increasing the deficit, right? Increasing the national debt. Then not even then on top of that, going into another war, right? Going into the possibilities of another war, right? Get involved in a regional conflict, right? Didn't he run? He ran on no more wars. We were just dealing with Ukraine and scratch that. We still are dealing with Ukraine and Russia, right? They're still getting money. They're still getting money, right? There's been claims that we're stopping. We're not giving Ukraine no more money. Nah, they're still giving Ukraine more money. They're still giving Ukraine money, right? They're still giving Ukraine money, right? Moy says also we couldn't have voted for war because Trump campaign was anti-war, so he is liar like all. Yeah, he lied about it. I mean, there's no if ands or buts about that. There's no if ands or buts about that, right? I mean, Doge was essentially a scam. Doge was a scam. That ninja still haven't produced any evidence, right? And the evidence that he did produce, right? It doesn't outweigh the amount of money that the United States is spending out, right? It doesn't outweigh the amount of money that the United States is spending out at all. We still Ninja didn't remember when I was saying I was like, okay, Elon. Elon said, yeah, we just made the largest cuts in humanity, Ninja. We just made the largest cuts in humanity. Everybody's going to jail. Somebody's going to jail. Everybody just waiting. Then just as soon as he announced it, everybody, all the NPCs, like, yeah, we know we voted for Elon. We knew Elon was gonna do a good job, head ass ninjas. We knew Elon was gonna do it. All right. And then what's next, Ninja? Then he put his little brainiacs in there to steal everybody's information, Ninja. Everybody thought they were going in there to do a good job. No, Ninja. They were going in there to steal information for his companies. He was going in there to steal information on on every U.S. citizen possible, Ninja, so he can put it into his database. Man, y'all don't pay attention, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. He was going into the databases and stealing everybody's information. It's clear as day. But y'all, everybody thinking you NPCs want to think, oh yeah, Elon is on our side. Elon is on our side, Ninja. Okay. I don't know why y'all think any kind of billionaires on y'all side. That behooves me, Ninja. I don't know why y'all think any kind of billionaires on y'all side, right? Y'all don't know what's going on, right? Listen. So the whole Doge was a scam. And then he kept coming out talking about some, yeah, yep, here's a cut that we need to make. Look, found some more money. Ninja, all they did was cut regular Americans. Johnny Martinez crazy. Right? All he did was cut regular Americans out of social services. That's all I seen. Right? That's all I seen. He cut regular Americans off social services, which like I said, I've said mixed things about that. A lot of people need to get off the nipple, right? A lot of people need to get off the nipple. A lot of people need to get off of social services, right? Too many people. Ninja. I've met when I used to work for a gas company, right? I used to work for a gas company, and I used to go into like I had to go into people's homes, right? I had to go into people's homes. Ninja, I seen so many families where it was like generations in there. Like there are generations of people on social services, right? There are generations of people on social services. So whether we talking about moms, we talking about daughters, and then the moms of the daughters, and then the grandmoms. I'm like, golly, y'all ain't. And then all of them. Guess what? All of them usually had babies early, right? Many of them probably had babies at the around the same age, probably 16, 17 years old. Like, man, generation, but people do need to get off the nipple. People have taken advantage of the system, so I'm not really arguing that. But you know, it's crazy at the time where there's supposed to be a claim of economic growth, right? Both private and public sector, both private and public sector are laying off, right? Both private and public sector are laying off. Made all the cuts to the federal government, so all those jobs are being eradicated. And then on top of that, a lot of companies are implementing AI and automation. So those jobs that they laying off, they're not coming back. They're not coming back. You know what? David Ditter right there. You said something right there. You did. Freedom is freedom is personal responsibility. Very few want to be free. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Hey, what's going on? No, you're right, man. Freedom is personal responsibility. You know what? I need to take that one down. I ain't got no pen right now. I don't have a pen, but you dead on right, man. Freedom is personal responsibility. Very few want to be free. Damn. Damn. That's crazy. Damn. Freedom is personal responsibility. Very few want to be free. Yeah, that was a sermon right there. That was a little sermon right now. So, if a bullet keeps getting in your face, threatening to take you and your country out, are you really gonna keep not doing anything? Come on now, Ninja. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, but you're making it seem like traveling dude. You're making it seem like that the U.S. is not an aggressor. You're making it seem like we haven't been over there in that region for like, right? Have we not? We've been in that region for 30 something years, right? Remember the Gulf Wars, right? Right? Iraq and Afghanistan, that was going on. They were already in that region before I was born, ninja. They was already over there before I was born. I was born in 96, ninja. I was born in 96. They were already over there. Right? I forgot the name of it. Forgot the name of the operation. Dang, I forgot the name of the operation. But they were already in that region like before I was born. And then by the time, so I was born in 96, by the time 2000 rolled around, the Iraq and Afghanistan war had popped off, right? By the time 2000 popped, so I was like what, 4 or 5 years old. Desert Storm, there we go. Operation Desert Storm, there we go. Desert Storm, Desert Storm was in the 90s. Desert Storm was in the 90s, right? So we were already in that region already, right? And I think maybe they were even over there, before that, before the 90s as well. But we was already in there. We was already over there. Operation Desert Storm, right? And then what's the name? Then after that, Iraq and Afghanistan popped off. We've been over there in that region for a long time. So just to simply say, traveling dude, just to simply say that, oh, if they keep on threatening you and this, that, bro, we've been over there. We United States has done some dirt. I don't know what y'all. I know y'all been propagandized, ninja, right? I know y'all been propagandized. And I know y'all think that the U.S. can't do no wrong, ass ninjas. I know y'all think the U.S. can't do no wrong, but the ninja United States has done some wrong. The United States has done plenty of wrong, some ugly wrongs, right? Oh, Martin Deloach said I was U.S. Navy in Iraq and Afghanistan in 2012 to 2019. Shouts out to you for serving. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to the Navy. But traveling dude, y'all get in here acting like what's her name? That the US is just like just I'm poor little US of A just defending ourselves. Ninja, we've killed children, we've bombed civilians, we've destroyed whole regions to the point where they need first world countries to come in there and implement some kind of, structure, ninja. Right? We've torn all kinds of stuff apart, ninja. Right? Generations of people will never be the same because of how we came into regions. Are y'all crazy? What's going on? Generations of people, right? Y'all crazy. But if y'all pay attention, it's not about the, it's not even some you just made me get on this, right? Moy. It's not even about the uranium enrichment. It's not about that. It's not about that really, right? They need somebody. Well, in particular, we're gonna say you know who's right. They need somebody in particular, right? They need somebody in particular to be in charge over in Iran. They don't like that leadership. We know what happened. This happens. This is it's the same playbook. It's the same playbook. There we go. MC, shouts out to you for the super chat. Hey, yes, yeah, the rest of y'all drop super chats. We got 70 people in here, man. We got 70 people in here. Go ahead and drop a super chat. Support your kid. Support the kid. I'm over here in the Dominican Republic. I'm over here relaxing, ninja, going live with y'all, presenting the news from my perspective, to you ninjas, man. Go ahead and drop a super chat. Go ahead and drop a support, ninja. Go ahead and become a member to the channel, Patreon and locals coming. Hey, Moy, the locals is coming soon, Moy. I know you want to hear what you want to hear what you want to hear, Moy. So the locals is coming soon. The locals is coming soon. But shouts out to MC for the super chat. Shouts out to you, but I hope not, Ninja. I hope not. But with all the technological advancements, it's quite possible in today and age. It wasn't possible. It wasn't possible before because no other countries were on the same level as the United States as far as weaponry go, right? And also, our geographical, location also benefits us as well, right? It's quite hard to invade the United States, right? You have to do something. You have to do something. You have to invade the United States a totally different way. You have to invade the United States a totally different way, right? It's not just as simple as coming over here and dropping bombs and stuff like that. No, you got to cross the whole Pacific, right? Or if you on the Eastern Hemisphere as far as Asia goes, you have to what's that, the Atlantic over there? You have to come across the whole Atlantic. Then you got to get past Hawaii. We have bases in Hawaii, so we already on their ass as far as air goes, air and sea goes. As far as the Atlantic and the Pacific, right? So you got to cross whole seas to get to the United States, and the only way that you can really get through by land, without any kind of major issues is through south of the border through Mexico or through Canada. But you're not getting in through Canada because Canada, despite what we been going through the past few months, they're still an ally. Mexico, despite what we've been going through, if things popped off, Mexico will still be an ally in that sense. So it's hard to invade the United States, but as far as technological advancements, missile placements, and stuff like that, it's quite possible. It's quite possible, right? Blake Bradley said, I was wondering if the U.S. testing their new military tech. Possible. It's possible. I don't put nothing past it. Buzz eye view, what's going on? Right? Nothing, just chilling. Just chilling out here. Nothing, just chilling. Moore says all the evil people of the world are connected, and they all hate. Brown people was talking yesterday to a banker from Tunisia about this topic. I don't think it's like that. That's not the you're talking to you're more. That's completely incorrect. That's completely incorrect. First of all, there is plenty of people of power of all backgrounds. That is absolute asinine for you to say that. Power recognizes no color besides green, right? Power recognizes no color besides green. There's plenty of people in power, billionaires in Africa, billionaires in India, billionaires in Brazil, billionaires in all through Latin America. Hey, hola. Yep, billionaires all the way through. So nah, I don't think that's the case. You think they're concerned? You think they're concerned when they're breaking down their money, right? When they're making power moves? No, they don't. See what you got to understand, boy. They have no identity. That's what y'all missing. Powerful people, like really the ones who really control the strings, they have no identity. They have no loyalty to no national identity, right? No national identity, right? They show no loyalty to no nation. They have no nation loyalty, right? All they care about is where the money is being placed, where the money is going. Where can we put the money? Where can we best grow this? Where can we best grow that? Right? Yep, Israel is considered that. That's why many call them the false, the false ones, the false you know who's, right? That's why they say that, right? Buzz Eye View said it looks nice out there. I appreciate it. John says, why should we fight in this war when people are struggling? That's my point, right? That's my point, right? Bro, you have people coming back. I mean, you have people like we already talked about the homelessness. We already talked about the fact that people are losing their jobs, people are getting laid off, people are crashing out, Ninja. But such a huge discrepancy. There's such a huge discrepancy in the United States from the have and have-nots. So you have people over here, people over here who are living for the love of the game. I appreciate that more for the super chat. But you have people over here who are living that life, right? You got people living that life, living life. Then you got people over here, right? You got people over here who are just done. But there's very few people. That's 10% who are just living that life, living the American dream, right? Living the American dream, right? Then you have the people over here, who are struggling. That's just what it is. Martin Deloach said, what most do not know from your local police up to military, you got two different lockers and two different uniforms. One is for local, the other is all black with baby blue. I don't know what you're talking about. Moore says, in Tampa, I'm not arguing with you, just relaying what some Arabs told me yesterday when we were talking about the whole Middle East thing. Yeah, the boomers want war. They always want war. Because that's how they make their money. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But you got different perspectives and all that stuff. I get it. Dan 22 says, looking real defeated. I'm not going to be a part of that. What do you mean, be a part of what? More. More says, in tap, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I already read that. These bankers were 29. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Whew. You see, I already got a tan and everything. Shouts out to the Allen show. Hey, Allen, I gotta get over there. I gotta get over there and show some love over there to the Allen show. I gotta get over there and show some love. I haven't caught his live stream in a minute. Y'all don't know the Allen show. He be popping up in here. He's over there. He's over there in the not the Philippines. I think it's over there in Thailand. The Allen Show is over there in Thailand. Shouts out to the Allen Show for the super chat. Yeah, he's over there. He's over there living life, man. But yeah, the Allen Show, you instantly feel better, right? You instantly feel better, man. Like this is what I was gonna get into in another live stream, but I'll talk about it, for a quick bit. But man, you will have to you will have to just do it for yourself, basically. Once you leave, I mean, the pressure is completely off your shoulders, right? The pressure is completely off your. You feel free. I mean, that's the for lack of a better word, or to sum it all in its totality, you feel free. You feel free. You don't feel the pressure of the United States. You know, the people, for the most part, are very nice, very sweet. Both men and the women are sweet. You won't run into any issues at all. People not mean mugging you. Walking down the street, right? Shouts out to MC. I'm gonna get to that one, right? You're not getting mean mugged. By somebody, walking down the street. People say hello, like people not trying to shoulder check you, both men and women in the grocery aisles, right? Like it's just like I don't want to come back, but Ninja, I gotta come back. I gotta come back, you know, because unlike Allen's over there, he's sitting on $1 million over there in Thailand. So shouts out to Allen. He's over there sitting on $1 million over there. I'm not like Allen. I'm not like Allen yet. I'm still a youngin. I still got to put in my work, Ninja. I still got to put in my work. I got to put in my work. Hopefully I hit it. Hopefully I hit it big with crypto and I can be up out of there, Allen. Hopefully I hit it big with crypto and I can like skedaddle. If I can hit it big, then I can pull the move Allen pulling. But no, I'm definitely paving my way. I'm definitely paving my way out as well. Right? I mean, you just feel. I mean, it's bliss here, and I talked to some other guys who are here too. You know, like a lot of them, they just come to just chill, like relax. And you got guys who picked up and moved here as well to the Dominican Republic, and they just chill, man. Right? They just chill. Right? Glad to be away from the what Allen called it the U.S. of hate. Allen called it the U.S. of hate, but they just glad to be away from all of that, all the riffraff, all the political nonsense. And don't get me wrong, everybody has their own issues. Now you're not going to be free of, especially if you become, a visa holder or some kind of citizen. You're not going to be free of issues. Like every country has their issues. Every country has politics, right? But most Americans don't care to get into the nation's like political games and get involved in all that stuff that they got involved with in the states. They just want to feel free. They want to feel free, and that's what it's all about. So, shouts out to the Allen Show, man. Read this from MC. Patriotism is at an all-time low with the younger generation, and I see a classic case of Trojan horse playing out. Enemies are playing the long game and have sleeper agents already in the U.S. Yeah, they've been talking about sleeper agents for the longest. But that's been the plan. Not only is the U.S. Propagandizing and using media and using social media and using legacy media to brainwash the population, but you also have outside entities, outside national interest, outside corporate interest who are also doing the same thing. They're all in cahoots together, right? There's no difference. They're all in cahoots together and they're all doing the same thing. And I already told you they're doing it. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. So that's all you need to know. It's all being purposely done, right? So the reason why the youth are so anti, American because what was promised to them they're not getting, right? They're not getting the American dream, right? They can barely find a job, right? Instant gratification has also messed up a lot of their minds, right? The young men gooning, OFs, and all of that stuff is completely, did them out, right? So destroyed their mind, destroyed their chemical balance, destroyed their dopamine, the way that your dopamine's supposed to work. They get instant dopamine hits. Instagram does that. Snapchat does that. YouTube does that. right? YouTube Shorts. It creates this false dopamine hits that they don't need to actually get out here and actually work, right? Because working and then getting paid, like building something, essentially, being a man, being basically a human being, right? Human beings build, right? We're no longer doing that. Men in general, in totality, in the United States, they're no longer builders, right? They're no longer builders. So and it shows, right? Men are getting men are stuck. Men, but at the end of the day, you listen. And this is where the after pill comes in. At you're gonna have to fight regardless, right? You're gonna have to fight regardless. You can't just be like, oh, I'm done. And to some extent, I used to think that. Well, if everything is falling apart, then I might as well be done. No, 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 no. That's not how it works because you can find your American dream somewhere else, right? And then two, when other people come into the picture, when you have children, or when you have a woman that you got to take care of, your perspective changes as well. And that's the thing with a lot of men too. A lot of men don't have, especially younger men, they don't have families. They don't have a girl, a wife, kids, and all that stuff. So because they can't find one. Right. Not saying that that's on them, but because they can't find one. But that also creates that it takes the builder mentality away from men as well, right? Because they have no family responsibility, they have no kid responsibility. And not saying that's the only way to become responsible as a man. Don't get me wrong, but that has always traditionally, right? Traditionally, since BC, ninja, since BC, men have always accepted responsibility for women and children, right? And they went above and beyond to become responsible and get out here and build. But now men no longer have that, and men are lost, right? They no longer have that. Okay, we're not getting women. We're not getting, I want children, but I can't find a woman. So then they lose that builder. They lose that builder mentality, right? They lose that builder mentality. So now you gotta find a different motivation. You gotta do it for yourself. See, men have gotten so used to doing it for everybody else, right? Doing it for her, doing it for them. Nah, nigga, you gotta do it. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta fight. You got to fight, and believe it or not, that's what I do all day long. You know, I'm not exempt from propaganda. My mind is above it now, right? But I have to sit back and clear my mind as well because there's a lot of it's powerful propaganda, man. It's powerful propaganda. You got to sit back and really use your mind on an everyday basis. This is why I need this right here, right? This is why I need this right here because you gotta sit back. You gotta sit back and clear your mind sometimes because the propaganda can be deadly for many people because many people are NPCs for the first part. For the most part, most people are NPCs, right? Most people are NPCs. Let's get that straight. But for the guys who actually use their mind, for the the mentally superior, yeah, you gotta sit back and woos out sometimes. Get away from all that junk, right? But yeah, Allen Show, and it's almost Allen Show, and it's almost any country outside the U.S. Absolutely. Moy says we're good people. Dominicans, absolutely. John says all of this over nuclear weapons. Traveling dude says I plan to move overseas, and my lady will be a lot younger than me. It's almost impossible to live and retire in the U.S. Yeah, if you want retiring in the U.S. is done, right? Damien, what's going on? Brother Pill, what's the word? G, how's the DR? Absolutely phenomenal. No complaints. I had a good night. I had a good night last night. Woke up a little bit late. Missed the hotel breakfast, which I really wanted, but that's all good. I just go up the street, get me something to eat. But yeah, it's been, man. I'm just chilling, man. Right, I'm just chilling. Right, it's just a blessing, man. It's really just a blessing. Moy says we're so happy for you, Tap. I appreciate that more. I appreciate that more, and I'm ready to get back to. I'm really ready to get back to work too. Right, I'm ready to get back to work. See, I don't even think I'm on this level yet where like, because like I said, you got guys who live here, like who are from America who live here full time. You have guys like who have like built businesses here as well. Met a few of those guys. They have their own businesses, bars and grills and stuff like that here. I've even met some Dominicans from the U.S. From the U.S. One guy, I think he was from New York, right? He was a Dominican from New York, but he goes back and forth from New York to here, Dominican Republic, and he has his own business here too. So you got many Americans who have planted businesses, or they just stay here full time, or they travel back and forth, or been traveling back and forth for 10 years. They're good in with the locals and all that stuff, right? Yeah, smash that like button. But I don't think I'm on this level yet to where I'm ready to like just sit back and chill, right? Because this is a place where you can just sit back and chill. Everything is here for you. Not gonna lie, everything is here for you. If you want food, the food is phenomenal. If you want the women are phenomenal, right? If you the weather, phenomenal, right? Whatever, and then like, but then you'll just be chilling all the time. It just be all leisure, and that's cool. That's cool for the old heads who ready to retire or something like that. But like me being young, full of testosterone, and just right. I still got a lot to build. Right, I still got a lot to build, and like I really I can sit back and do this. I can sit back and do this, right? But just like, dang, it's so much to build. So many men that needs to hear a lot, right? So many men that I feel like that needs my help essentially. Messages are still not reaching, right? So yeah, I got a lot to build. That's just me though. That's just me. Yep, Age of Cali. Yeah, that's true. I think that's me. I think that's me. Right? Optimazik got to build that foundation. Absolutely. Moy says Dominicans are very chill, peaceful people that like to have sex, drink, and play dominoes. Yeah, for sure. Jay, is it too hot there? I'm more of a fall and winter season guy. All right, right now it's pretty chill. But it's overcast. Like at night it definitely gets real. The humidity is definitely high here. I mean, it's tropical, so I mean, you should expect humidity. But I mean, it's pretty chill. I mean, if you ever been to Florida, South Florida, Orlando, anything, it's pretty much on the same weather tip, right? I'm not familiar with the fall and winter here, but I'm sure it's mild all year round, right? But Age of Cali, yeah, you definitely said something. Real men want to build and grow and you get bored chilling for too long. Yeah, I think that's me. I think that's me, because like I'm so like antsy about building something, right? Like you got to realize life is still young for me. Being cuánto años 29, 29, right? So I'm 29. So life is still young for me. So I got a lot to build, man, and I want to build it. So I'm not. I don't even think I'm on that. I do want to get out the U.S. though. Not gonna lie. I do want to get out the U.S. So I may still build. I may build somewhere else, right? Pave my way out to build somewhere else. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Based 9-3 sub. What up, brother? Love from Detroit. Shouts out to Detroit, right? Cali, that's facts. Tap, I think and feel that way, and I'm 41. See, well, you got dudes like that too, right? You still 41. I mean, to me, that's young, right? Yeah, you can say it's middle age, but 41 is young. That's young, especially with now modern medicine, technological advancements in the medical field. 41. What is 41? 41 is incredibly young, right? I know guys in the gym at 41 years old. I mean, who are crushing it, right? Those are the dudes who driving up, who pulling up with the Mercedes, the big body Benzes at the gym, who pulling up in the Porsches, the Porsche 911s at the gym. I'm like, I want to be like him when I grow up. I want to be like him when I grow up. Those are the guys pulling up and then talking to the finest of the fine at the gym. Yeah, those are those guys. Yeah, that's your prime, ninja. Or you just now coming into your prime at 41, right? And then you got a lot more life to live. A lot more life to live. I plan to live to 200, and people laugh at me, but I'm serious. Yeah, once Elon dropped those forever chips, ninja, we all gonna be living to about 300, 400, until the sun hits us, and then poof. Yeah, when Elon dropped those forever chips, ninja, we all gonna be living to about 200, 200, 300, right? And then as soon as the sun come out, poof, ninja, we all gone. We're gonna have to hide in caves, ninja, because we're gonna be vampires, ninja. What's going to be the difference between NPCs and the others if we get invaded or bombed? Can you tell me? Nothing. Nothing. I mean, in that sense, nothing. I mean, we in full control. We in full control of the of I mean outside forces and our own government. Jay says, I'm 26. Sometimes I used to feel like I needed to get a fine woman off the market ASAP, but the economy is rough. Nah, leave those women alone. If it flies, floats, or fucks, rent it. If it flies, floats, or fuck, rent it. I do want another cigar though. I wonder if I can light this one back up. I wonder if I light this one back up. You think this would be good, Moy? It's been sitting here for a day or two now. This was my first one. Moy says the JUCO is litty. It feels like pulling teeth, and that's the thing too. Like that's the thing too. Like we're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But nah, you like it's a culture shock for sure. It's a culture shock for sure. Like if you've never experienced, you wouldn't even understand what I'm saying. You wouldn't even understand what I'm saying. You don't have to. There's no pulling teeth. Yeah, somebody go ahead and hit that super chat. Somebody go ahead and hit that super chat. I'm just sitting here talking and giving y'all some game, but you definitely don't have to. You definitely don't have to pull any teeth. No, there's no pulling any teeth. There's no pulling any teeth. Martin Deloach. Another thing most people don't know: it's 4 days. 4 days going Corpus Christi, Texas, to Iran at 40 knots by U.S. carrier. Also, it's 20 hours flight by B-2 bomber from. I don't know what you're talking about, Martin. I really don't. You're gonna have to speak that more in layman's terms for the kid. You got to speak more in layman's terms so I can get what you're saying. My main girl comes over and there's definitely no pulling teeth. If anything, she don't even want to talk exactly. The gamer Iran doesn't even have nuclear weapons. No, they don't have nuclear weapons. But the thing is, they were trying to stop any possibility, any present, past, and future ninja. They were trying to stop all possibilities of any kind of way that they can get their hands and make nuclear weapons on their own. That's what the word on the street is. That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying. So outside of that, ninja, like I don't know what to tell y'all, right? I don't believe we should have gotten involved at all, right? I don't believe we should have been a puppet. We're a puppet to the you know who's. I can't. I don't need YouTube. I should have put my disclaimer in the. I should have put my disclaimer in the description. I don't want no YouTube. flagging my video for no kind of speech or nothing. Shouts out to Damien. Do you think Iran gonna pull up, and are we ready? Truth be told, we could wipe Iran clean off the face of the earth. That's no doubt. I'm not worried about Iran. Right. I'm not worried about Iran. Always be and to some extent you got to understand that the bombing of the quote unquote uranium enrichment facilities or whatever, that's paying a close eye to the underdog, right? That's paying a close eye to the underdog. You always want to keep watch on the underdog because the underdog can come around the corner and bite you, and you won't see it coming. So to some extent, you got to understand that one is a show of force, and two is like oh, we stopping all possibilities of this happening. But as far as a war with Iran, United States and Iran, bro, no, no. Yeah, we may not be the most, in my opinion, we may not be the most ready, as far as men and military wise go. Definitely, to fight a war with somebody like China or even Russia, to be honest with you. But Iran, no, 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 no. Iran would be wiped off the face of the earth messing around with the United States. Now that's the truth. That's the truth. Now that's the army coming out of me now. Now Iran would be wiped off the face of the freaking planet, ninja, if they tried anything crazy. If they tried anything crazy, right? If they came after our troops, bombed our troops or anything like that, killed any troop. I don't care if it's one, ninja. I don't care if it's one soldier down, ninja. We coming in hot, ninja. We coming in hot. Everybody get on the ground, ninja. We killing leaders, ninja. We taking out leaders, all the leaders, taking out the whole government and bombing it, ninja. It's gonna be Iraq all over again, ninja. And we probably got more weaponry now, ninja. More technology now, ninja. Now we coming in, scoop it. We wiping everything out, ninja. We wiping everything out. Nah, Iran don't stand a chance. Not with the United States. Nah. Now when you talk about China, nah, that's a different story. That's a different story. When you talk about Russia, that's a different story. It's a different story. So, ET forever. My mom is sick and got diagnosed with a heart condition. I'm only 24. She raised me as a single mother with my grandma. I had a falling out with my whole family, and now she's dying, man. Your lives help. Shout out to ET forever. Spine me. Shouts out to ET forever, man. Right? I think of a prayer to send your way, man. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. Stay strong over there. I'm glad that my lives do help. Right? The doom and gloom and the funny, the comedy, and everything in between. Shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to you. Life happens, man. Life happens, and life keeps going too. So this why you gotta no woosah, man. That's why you gotta woosah, right? Because it's like you never know, right? You never know. You never know. Age of Cali said, your lives help because you're real in a sea of fakes. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Traveling Dude said, that's a good poll. That's a good poll to put in, Traveling Dude. Start a poll. Hopefully it don't cut off my live. It better not cut off my live. Are you done with the USA? So we're gonna put that poll in the chat. Traveling Dude. Oh yeah, absolutely. 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 Now you're gonna need it. You're gonna need some money. Yeah, this wasn't now. You ain't coming over here. You ain't coming over here willy nilly. And if you come over here thinking that you about to get by on $200, Ninja, you got another thing coming. Ninja gonna come over here with $200. I thought it was cheap, Ninja. After Pill told me, Tap told me that it was cheap, Ninja. Nah, Ninja, nah, Ninja, nah. I didn't say that, right? Now the U.S. dollar does go an extremely long way, but nah, you still. I mean, you gotta, bro. Going traveling overseas is for people who can afford it, right? It's people who can afford leisure, right? It's people who can afford leisure. Now, Dan 22, you said something important right there. You said something important. The key is still getting your money from the big corp. That's the key, right? The key is still getting your money from the big corp, from the big U.S. corp, the corporations of the USA, right? That's what you still got to do that. That's the key. Still get paid in whatever dominant dollar. I mean, you can get paid in a euro, you can get paid in U.S. dollar, you can get paid in the Canadian dollar, right? Uh, though I think the not the what's Japanese, maybe is that the yen or that's the Chinese yen, whatever. But first world countries usually have the domineering dollar, right? The domineering dollar. So, the goal is to get paid in the dominant country's dollar currency. So when you go anywhere else, right, you're good, right? Japanese yen, Chinese yuan. Okay. Japanese yen, Chinese yuan. Okay. Let me see. Tap, I gotta run. Big love your way and keep changing the world and yourself for the better. We love you. Shouts out to Moy, man. Shouts out to Moy. Y'all go over there and subscribe to Moy's channel. He over there doing his YouTube thing as well. Shouts out to Moy. Trapping Dude says I met a hot DR chick at a bar and the DR gave her 250 USD and she took care of me at my resort that night. A broke man can't keep a woman around. It's true all over. It is what it is. Shouts out to you, but 250 USD. Unless you had her for like 3 nights or something, I don't know what you paid 250 USD for. I don't know what you paid 250 USD for. Yep, Jay Garcia, Mexico, you living like a king, 30K USD, absolutely. Damien, he said he paid 250 USD, Ninja. What? Huh? Ninja not even paying 250 USD in the States, Ninja. Huh? What? What this Ninja talking about, Ninja? What is he talking about? And there's plenty of hot chicks in the DR, Ninja. Like, what? 250 USD, Ninja? Ninja crazy. What? Ninja, she got you. Ninja, she got you. Traveling dude done got finessed out there. But anyway, y'all. 150 Tijuana. Let's see. I haven't even heard 150. I haven't even heard 150 in Tijuana though. I haven't heard no 150 in Tijuana. See, I got my jug of water. Been in here drinking water. And while I've been here, I haven't drunk anything strong. I don't believe in, when I'm overseas, like my head is on the swivel, right? My head is on the swivel. I don't believe in really drinking heavy, right? Especially because I'm solo dolo, right? Oh shit. My bad, my bad. But what I was saying, I was like, what I say? I said I got my gallon of water right here, and I said the whole time that I've been here, I haven't drunk anything heavy. So the only thing that I've drank is Presidentes, right? Presidentes are your best friend, right? And they just the Dominican beers or whatever, right? That's all I've had, right? Presidentes. And since I'm solo dolo, I don't believe in drinking heavy, right? I don't believe drinking heavy. My head is on a swivel, right? My head is always on the swivel. You still got to pay attention. Like, even if you are safe, you're in tourist areas and stuff like that, things can happen. Just like you got to keep your head on the swivel, even if you in the suburbs in the US, ninja, you're not safe, over there either, right? But, all I've drunken is, Presidentes, nothing strong, right? I don't believe in drinking, heavy while you're out of the country and stuff like that because anything can happen, right? Especially if you by yourself, right? I definitely suggest if you drink, be careful who you drinking. Exactly. And I'm sitting at a table by myself, right? Nobody, nothing. I did hang with a few guys, some few American guys last night, right? But for the most part, we just drinking Presidentes. Like they drinking Presidentes too. They not drinking anything strong. You got some guys come out here and they get drunk and all that stuff. Nah, I'm not doing that overseas, bro. I'm not doing that overseas. Now, if you're talking about getting drunk in like a resort type vibe, and your room is right here, ninja, like okay, maybe. But even still, then why you want to get? I never understood getting drunk in the first place. I don't even get drunk at home, right? I don't get drunk at home. Like at the most, I'll get tipsy, right? At the most, I'll get tipsy, and that'll be it. I can't, bro. Being drunk, I did that in college, right? Once I got drunk to the point where, bro, I got so sick, throwing up everywhere, ninja, like waking up with the worst migraine I've ever had in my life. I was like, bro, I'm not doing that again. I never want to feel like this. And then not only that, you sick the whole day, the next day. You sick the whole 24 hours, right? Even if you are eating food and drinking your water and electrolytes, Ninja, if you've ever been actually drunk, Ninja, you sick that whole day. You can't do nothing. You can barely move, Ninja. The light messing with your eyes, Ninja. You don't want to turn on the TV, Ninja. You got to throw up multiple times. No, no, nope. And I can drink now. I can drink like a damn whale. I can drink. I can hold my liquor well. But like getting drunk, bro, that shit is for the birds, Ninja. That shit is for the birds. And you're at disadvantage if something goes down. Absolutely. Right? You want to keep your head on the swivel, right? But anyway, shouts out to everybody that tuned in. Shouts out to all y'all who came and tuned in. Shouts out to everybody who super chatted. Shouts out to the Allen Show. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. I got to get over there and catch a live. Show him some love over there, right? I just been out here grinding, Allen. If you still watching, I just been out here grinding. But shouts out to y'all, man. I just got up an hour ago, so I'm starving, right? I need to go get me something to eat, right? Yeah. Shouts out to y'all. I'm gonna be posting my Twitch in a minute. I'll be posting my Twitch in a minute. So uh make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the Twitch as well. But stay tuned for all of that. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.